Hey everybody, welcome back. Crazy angle to start on, yes sir. And that's my home screen. Hey Joe Walker, how's it going, man? Thanks so much for the 47-month resub. Welcome back. Hope you've been doing well. Been hard at work with the real job, putting up wallpaper. Hey, that's what's good, man. Hopefully you're getting good money from that. So returning to support one of your video creators. Still working on that darn YouTube script. Finish it eventually. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully everything's been going well for you. Hopefully it's been going better than me, at least. Also, thanks for the 5 gifted subs, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Again, like I said, hopefully everything's been going well for you. Sounds like it. But hey, man, welcome back. Off to a great start. Hot damn, yep. Great wallpaper to, or home screen to start off on. Might get you to try out GFL2. Just to describe the game for you, just in case, on the off chance that you are interested. This game is a is like an XCOM like. It's a turn-based 3D isometric turn-based game. Very similar to XCOM, except you don't have the bullshit, 99% chance to hit and then 1% miss and you miss anyway. This game doesn't have an accuracy mechanic. It's either you hit them or you don't. It's you hit them if you shoot at an enemy. But there is a cover system in this game where enemies take reduced damage until you until you destroy their cover. Gameplay wise, it's solid. Nothing. I don't want to say it's nothing to write home about. It is significant in the sense that I feel like in this game, you really don't have to roll for the premium characters. Well, not most of the time anyway. Maybe all you need to do is snipe a couple of really meta characters, and that's about it. But this game's got some of the best 3D models in the business. And that's mainly what a lot of people play this game for. No surprise. But the game itself is pretty fun. Once you're all caught up, it's actually really easy to keep up with this game. So it truly feels like a what is it? A side game, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way. So like if you're looking for like if you're looking for like a side gacha to like keep you occupied while you're waiting for content for other gacha games, or just like a fun, Even if you only want to play one gacha, you just want something to just have on your phone or something, or play on the side while you're doing something else. This is a great game for that. Would highly recommend. Very free to play friendly too. As far as I can tell anyway. Hey, Abandoned Warehouse, welcome back. What do I think about Ananta? So far it looks great. I'm looking forward to it personally. I said Ananta is one of the gacha games that I was looking forward to as early as, like, what, January of this year? That hasn't changed. Even if it's, you know, no longer a gacha. Or perhaps never was. So... they're really rerunning Springfield now. I think they are, yeah. I mean, I already have her at V1R1, so I don't really feel like getting other more copies of her. I think she's good enough as is, but how was that enemy dying so loud? Today's been a struggle for you. Hopefully you're feeling better, or hopefully you can feel better, my dude. Am I ready for Rat Impact in a few days? Rat Impact? Why? What are the rats up to now? Or are you referring to someone else? Or are you referring to something else? Ariel. You got R5 or V5 Type97 trying to get into Pulse V6. Nice. Hopefully you get her there. You've got 3 weeks. And FGOGP, people are shocked about the Kondo Isami reveal. Yeah, I heard that they have a new GACHA God event going on right now. I think Pocket Chalk was doing some roles for the new GACHA servants like yesterday or something. Yesterday or the day before. I mean, GACHA is supposed to be, what, a Japanese-themed event, so I'm assuming the Japanese players are going all, you know, pog over it. There's got to be a gacha somewhere in that game. And a Nanta, maybe. Even if there's not one for characters, maybe there will be one for, like, a skin gacha for, like, vehicles or weapons or something. People did say that, what is it? There are different rarities of weapons in a Nanta, apparently. I don't know how they're gonna make that shit work, but I'm assuming that's true. Just got a Zhangyu, just got a Type97 with the spook promotes and the gun. Oh, like 2-in-1 multi, nice. You want a V6 her? You're 2 copies off. Don't want her to rerun with a new unit. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's ever going to be possible. Every rerun is going to come with a new character, I'm pretty sure. Has GFL2 ever had a patch where, like a new patch where they didn't come out with a new character? Maybe technically there has been, but like, if there was, then I would imagine it's only happened like during the middle of a patch, right? Like the second phase of a patch or something. I don't know. Would be my guess. Hey, yo, Bananakin, welcome back. people's reaction to that skin is a bit amusing. Well, I'm assuming you're talking about the 416, the $200 416 skin. League has skins way more expensive than $200. Nobody complains. Here's the thing. In League of Legends, the fucking $500 Ari skin in League is like yeah, I'm sure it raised some eyebrows, but at the end of the day, you know, it's like, who the hell cares? Because if you don't want it, you don't have to pay for it, and it's not like you have to pay for Ari to begin with, right? It's just, oh, if you want to be stupid and you have $500 to burn for some reason, then yeah, you can go ahead and buy it. Nobody's stopping you. But in GFL2, it's a gacha, so you have to get the character first. You have to roll for the character first, and then on top of that, they're asking you to pay another $200 for a skin. It's like, you know, it's not exactly a fair comparison. To be fair, I will say this: GFL2 is one of the most free-to-play friendly gacha games that I've ever played. As long as you just play the game every day, you make sure to do all the shit in the game, right? Do all your weekly stuff and all your events and stuff. Like, it should be possible even for pure free-to-plays to get every character in the game. Now, I'm a bit biased, or biased not the right word here. I just want to be transparent with you. I do spend money for like the monthly packs and then the battle passes every single time. I have bought some of the big packs, the big money packs, but I've never spent any of the premium currency for like gem exchange. I've never had to do that. I only use that to buy skins, and that's it. That being said, obviously the monthly passes and the battle passes do help you out with like giving you more gems and more pulls and stuff. So for me personally, I've never once had an issue even struggling to get a character. Like, I've always been able to float like at least 10k gems. Like, I think the lowest my stash has gotten in the last like 6 months is like 10k. And that's because I went pretty deep for like, I don't know. I think it was during Springfield's first banner. Springfield and whoever else came out with her. I forget who. MP5, I think it was. So like, that was like the one time when I was like, oh, my gem count is actually getting kind of low. I guess I should be worried about this. But then as soon as I was done with my rolls, I just stopped rolling, and then, you know, give it a month or two, my gem stash is all the way back up to 30k again. So to be fair, as long as you play this game, you know, yeah, as long as you keep up with it, you should not have a problem getting 416 in the first place. So, you know, there's that. But also, to be fair again, you know, it's still a gacha game, so it's like you do have to play the game every day. And, you know, maybe you don't have the time to play gacha games every day. So in which case, you know, obviously you're kind of fucked. Either way, though, it's like you're comparing a free-to-play multiplayer game like League of Legends to a gacha game, which is also free-to-play, but then again, these kinds of gacha games really want you to play every day, so... and if you don't, you're kind of fucked. Assuming that's what you're talking about. Maybe you're not talking about 416 skins, so maybe I just, you know, fucking spent the last 30 minutes fucking yapping about nothing. Or yapping for no reason. Maybe I'm just being schizo. Kondo will be banner 2 on August 1st. Kondo is the leader of the Shinsengumi and the gorilla that Gintama is based on. Oh, okay. Is Kondo the girl that they teased? Who looks like she's drawn by Takeuchi? Like, she looks like, basically she looks like Kenshin just cosplaying as somebody else. Because I think I saw on Twitter that she actually has a kind of a unique sprite where instead of facing to the left like everyone else does, except for like obviously Dante, but what, she's like facing you technically, just looking off to the side. Apparently people are freaking out over that. Apparently, to me, I'm just like, okay. Cool. They changed how the sprites look. Wonderful. Wow, how revolutionary. FGO players sure are a specimen. Okay, you were talking about first skin, yeah. Just for the record, just so you know where I stand on this, I do think that the $200 skin is a bit too fucking expensive. Like, I've lived through the horrors of paying $400 to $500 for multiple live 2D skins in the first game. That was not fun. So hearing that Mika team is trying to fucking put in a $200 fucking skin into this game, honestly, kind of gave me flashbacks. So it's not great to hear. Not only that, but I honestly believe that no skin in any game, gacha or not, should cost more than like fucking $20. Like no more than 50 if you're gonna add like all these special effects and like other like, you know, cosmetic changes to it, like extra animations or new voice lines and stuff like that. So hearing that, you know, Mika team is putting a $200 fucking skin to the game, that is of course if you try to buy all the, you know, the extra animations and fluff and stuff, is like, oh god. Mika team just can't stop making drama for themselves, huh? God fucking damn it, Mika. How many fucking times? But at the same time, at the end of the day, it's just a skin, right? If you want to buy it, then sure. I mean, hell, if I had the money, I know I'd buy it, because I love 416 too, so I'm part of the problem, or I would be part of the problem. It's like, you know, because it's just a skin, it shouldn't bother people to the point where people should, like, organize a fucking boycott. Now that I think about it, I think players trying to boycott the fucking game over a $200 skin is kind of silly. At least it's nothing like game breaking, unless of course it turns out that 416 skin makes her just utterly break the game somehow. Hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, like it's fine if it upsets people. Like I'm sure as hell kind of triggered. But am I gonna fucking quit the game or stop spending money on the game? Not really, no. Like I'll still play I'm still here playing the game. I'm still okay with dropping some money on the game every now and then to buy like a skin that I like, you know, one that doesn't cost $200 anyway. So yeah, it's like people have every right to be pissed off about it, but you know, not to the point where they think it's okay to quit the game over this. Hey Dandelo, welcome back. You're glad Pridwin put a new link to somewhere where you can get info on how to build characters. Oh, Azure, if you want the spreadsheet, because I've never used Pridwin. Nothing against them when they were still running their GFL2 pages, but I just never used them their resources because I always had this spreadsheet that I used. Posted it in Twitch chat. Some of my viewers are kind enough to show me that spreadsheet from like the very beginning, when the game first came out. But I've always used that one, so I've never used Pridwin for any of their stuff, to be fair. That's not Kondo. Kondo. That's Gensai. Okay. Sorry, I don't know my my Japanese history, obviously. Well, not that part. Will I grind it for a year or just pay it at that point, or will I drop the game? I'm not gonna drop again. I think I just answered that hand. I'm not gonna drop the game. I mean, I guess I'll grind for it. I'll try to anyway. But I'm assuming that you still have to pay for it anyway, and to some extent. So, we'll see when the update hits global. We'll see what I want to do. But I'm not gonna end up. I'm not gonna fucking drop the game. I think that's a bit too much. I think that's an over exaggeration. That's an or overreaction. Hate it when people try to influence your decision on games. That I agree with you 100%, Rio. Yeah. It's the reason. It's one of the reasons why I don't like the big gacha communities like in Genshin or Star Rail or Zenless or WoWa. Because in those communities, you have all these content creators and their followers too, to a certain extent, all yelling from the heavens, "Oh, this character's good," or "This character's bad. You should or shouldn't get them." Or like, you know, you might have some bullshit fucking politically, either like some socio-politically charged drama going on, where it's like some people get pissed off that, oh, Natlink characters don't have enough melanin, and you should boycott Genshin. It's like, you're not wrong, but like, it's like, really? And what exactly do you think that's gonna do? You know? So yeah, no, I'm with you there, man. Everybody should you know, come to their own conclusions about you know, whatever it is that they enjoy. But alas, you know, you're always gonna have fucking retards and fucking, you know, cult leaders trying to fucking influence everyone's decisions on, oh, you should do this or you should do that. As if Twitter wasn't filled with that shit enough already. Fucking cringe. They should break it down into parts, like the skin all by itself should be 20 bucks, everything else charged separately. Yeah, sure. I'm down for that. Yeah, if that means that the skin itself can be, it can be a lot fucking cheaper, right? Because, like, the most expensive skin I think Global has had so far was Springfield's, and that was 30 bucks, I think. But that came with like a whole ass like new lobby too, I think, right? Along with, like, I don't know, new voice lines, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Like, make 416 swimsuit skin itself, like, I don't know, like fucking, like, base 20, 30 bucks maybe. Yeah, I think people will be okay with it. If you really want to waste your money fucking going for all the extra animations or cosmetic stuff, then yeah, sure, go ahead. As long as the base skin itself isn't too bad, yeah. I don't know why Mika Team didn't think of doing that, but sure, okay. Spreadsheet I linked is 10 times better than Pridwin's. Their information was meh at best. And then they had the fucking gall to say to try to use the fucking CN drama as an excuse to be like, oh, we don't want to make GFL2 content anymore. Like, holy fuck. Whoever was in charge of the I think I already said this before, but whoever was in charge of Pridwin's GFL2 pages can go fuck themselves. Let them run off to go hide in, like, their Wuthering Waves or Zenless Zone 0 pages. Not gonna lie, this wallpaper is peak. Yes, sir. This is the reason I picked it. Mika Team wants their own nuclear reactor like Hoyo. Yeah, except theirs is going to be located in their offices. With how much nuclear drama they get themselves into every year. No need to pay for one. They've already got one. You should check Gensai's kits. Really interesting. Really? Okay. Might as well do it now, because, while I'm waiting for more viewers to join the stream to watch me suffer for Type96, or sorry, Type97. Yeah, Kawakami Gensai. Yeah. Character dupes are a scam. You'll never pay a cent. I understand where you're coming from with that, unfortunately. Yeah. At least for what is it? At least for the big 4 gacha games. Because I'm doing just fine for most endgame content, except for obviously Stygian Assault and that new arbitration anomaly shit in Star Rail. But I mean, hey, I'm not expecting to be able to clear that shit with only E0 characters, C0 or E0 characters. So, and they don't give us gems either, so that those modes can go fuck themselves. Honestly, better do your own thing. To be fair, a lot of people out there they can't come to a decision about whether something's good or bad. So I don't think it's bad for them to ask other people what they think, so that other people who they think know better than they do can help them come to a decision. But I think that in those cases, like the people that are asking for advice on what do you got, because you're a viewer of mine, Rio. You've seen plenty of people by now, both in my Twitch chat and YouTube chat, come into my streams and be like, hey, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that, right? What do you think about whatever it is that's going on in the gacha scene? And I give them my opinion, right? As long as viewers ask the right people, as in like streamers or other people that they look up to for like who they think are knowledgeable on the subject matter, as long as those people that they're asking for advice make it clear that, hey, this is just what I think, you should come to your own conclusion, or don't let me tell you what to think, but this is what I think about it since you're asking. But unfortunately, a lot of content creators are just influencers out there. God, I fucking hate that term. They don't sound like that. They sound like they're preaching, right? They sound like they're fucking preachers. They sound like they're in a fucking mosque or a church somewhere, fucking preaching their asses off. It's like, nah, we don't need preachers, man. If you want to be a preacher, go into fucking theology school or whatever those schools are called, where you like study like the some holy text or some shit, Bible or Torah or Quran or whatever your religion is. We shouldn't normalize spending $1,000 in pixels here. You're kind of in the wrong channel for that, Hannah. I'm gonna be honest. Like, do I need to show you my Genshin account? Like, I'm not going to, like, obviously I'm not going to condone, like, straight up condone, people spending thousands of bucks on fucking video games. But what I will say is, if student has that money and he doesn't, like, he can, he's still fine without it. As long as it's disposable income that he feels comfortable spending, there shouldn't be a problem with that, right? It's his money. It's like, not everything needs to be not everything needs to be seen through the lens of normalizing shit. And I'll be honest, that's the first time I've seen student be like, damn, I love so-and-so character, I'm gonna drop $1,000 on him. I don't know if he's done that before. Maybe he has, but... Don't you think it enables gacha companies? Oh boy, we're going down this path again, huh? So here's the thing, Hannah. I had a discussion about this, like, some time ago, earlier this year. What was the context for it again? Oh, right. So I gave an interview to this other gacha YouTuber called Psyche. We had like a Discord call where he interviewed me about some stuff, and we just talked about a couple things were gacha related. And then after I gave that interview, a lot of his comments were very negative towards me, because they were like, oh, you know, all this dude does is spend a ton of money in gacha games. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And I made a whole, like, an hour-long response video, responding to a lot of the comments that I saw on there that were very negative towards me. What you're saying right now, Hannah, like the whole, but don't you think it enables gacha companies by spending tons of money or blah blah blah? I think I responded to a very similar topic in that response video that I made to my own to the comments that were made towards my interview with Psyche, or something like that. Now that I think about it, I don't know if it directly has much to do has a lot to do with what you're saying here. It just reminded me of that, to be honest. But anyways, this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say on that matter, Hannah. First of all, you don't know student, right? Or like you're not his parent or anything, I would assume. If student wants to spend $1,000 on a gacha game, he wants to do it again. Again, like I said before, if that's money that he's okay with parting with, and it's not going to seriously harm him financially, or you know, anywhere else, then you know, well, who are you to tell him what he wants to do with his own money? Like, why are you assuming that, you know, oh, if he spends $1,000 on a gacha character, he can't, like, feed himself for the rest of the month or something? That's a bit presumptuous of you. You don't know what's going on in his life. All you're seeing is somebody spend a ton of money in a gacha game, you think that's bad, and so you're trying to tell him what to do. I'm not gonna stand for that, Hannah. Like, this isn't your stream. If this were your stream, then yeah, sure, you can tell him what to do, because your stream, it's your chat. So if you see somebody saying like, oh yeah, I spent $1,000 on a gacha game, sure, you have every right to tell him that, you know, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. I don't think that's good for you, because it's your stream. But this is not your stream, so I would appreciate it. I would appreciate if you knocked it the hell off. Like, please don't tell my other viewers what they can or can't spend their money on. Second of all, sure, I guess you're not wrong. It does enable gacha game companies, right? The more money that people spend on their gachas, the more they'll be like, oh yeah, like let's keep doing this, because people are dumb enough to give us money for this shit. So yeah, let's keep doing it, man. Let's make more money. Here's the thing. Telling one guy in my chat, in one gacha content creator stream, that, oh, you should stop spending money because it enables the gacha companies, that's not gonna do shit. For something like that, you should not be singling out one person, and, you know, try to take the moral high ground of like, oh, you're enabling gacha companies. It's like, no, that's something that an entire community as a whole must somehow come together and discuss and decide as a collective, to be like, oh, is this something that we're okay with, right? I mean, hell, we're playing the game where the community managed to fucking do that. Right? When the $200 skin got announced for this game, for 416, it seemed like the entire fucking community got together and was like, yeah, no, we don't like that. So we're going to stop spending money until y'all do something about it. Now, obviously it didn't go anywhere, but I can at least appreciate the effort. That's fine. Because they're not singling any one person out. It was a community effort. It was a group effort. This is not a group effort, Hannah. All you're doing is going after one person, and you know, to me that seems very, how should I say? This is gonna sound kind of crude, but so excuse me for this language, but that sounds very masturbatory. Or in other words, what I'm trying to say here is that you telling one other guy in my chat that, oh, spending $1,000 in a gacha game is bad. It feels like you're only saying that just to make yourself feel better. Because otherwise, what is the point of that? What's the point of you telling somebody else what they should or shouldn't do with their money? Again, you don't know student. You don't know that guy. You don't know his financial situation. Like what makes you think that you have any kind of authority whatsoever to tell him that he should, let me start over. What makes you think that you have any sort of authority to tell him what he should or shouldn't do with his own money? It doesn't make sense. Unless you're just saying it just to make yourself feel better. And unfortunately, that's just how a lot of people on social media are these days. They just say shit to make themselves feel better. He might have a problem since he did it twice this patch. Also know the Finkel guy did C6 Skirk and Student Seed in Zenless and now in Wua, but maybe you're right. But maybe you are right that it's not your business. I mean, it's not maybe. I am right. I'm not saying that to be a. I'm not saying that to shove it down your face. Shove in your face. No, you. It is not. It isn't your business. I mean, I find it hilarious, Hannah, that you bring up Finkel from my fucking Twitch chat because he has a job. He's a fucking mechanic. He told me. He said as much. Unlike me, he has an actual real fucking job. And I'm assuming he gets paid well enough to fucking spend on whatever the fuck he wants. Finkel sounds like he's doing just fine for himself. So, I really don't think he needs your fucking sympathy. Bro, shut up. Wait, who's pissing you off, board player? What's going on in Twitch chat? People don't like seeing whaling because they think it's the reason gacha is so predatory. Is that a fair reasoning to dislike? Well, what are you trying to say here? People don't like seeing whaling because they think that it's that's the reason why gacha is so predatory. Is that a fair reasoning to dislike? People don't like seeing whaling. They think it's the reason gacha is so... they think that's the reason gacha is so predatory. It might seem like that might seem like it's a legit reason to dislike seeing people wail, but here's the thing. Most gacha games are nowhere near as predatory as a lot of people out there seem to think it is. It's like, yes, the packs are way too fucking expensive, and then characters are paywalled behind gacha. I don't really like that. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of fucking hate that myself too. But where I have to differ is that if you actually play the game, these kinds of gacha games yourself, in 90% of those cases, I'm just making up a number, but most gacha games out there do not require you to fucking whale. Like, that is up to you. To be perfectly honest with you. Like, there are some truly scummy gacha games out there, especially the ones with PvP, where it's like, oh yeah, like, some gacha games basically do require you to roll for every character, and if it turns out that it's very expensive, to roll for new characters in those kinds of gacha games, then yes, that is a legitimate reason to fucking hate those gachas. Like, at that point, I'm not going to try to defend them. But in most gacha games, especially these days, that's not really an issue. Like, at the risk of sounding like I'm trying to defend gacha companies, which is not my intention, but I'm just trying to say it how it is. If you play these gachas, you will find out that you don't need these fucking characters. You don't need to roll for every single new fucking character you see in a modern gacha game. You can just go for wherever you want. And just say fuck everyone else. So it's like technically you're not wrong. Gachas are by nature very predatory, but that's like a super blanket like way. How do I say this? That's a very generalizing way to approach gacha. That has no nuance whatsoever. Like, the game I have up on my screen right now with the girl and the blonde girl in front of me who's fucking flashing her under titties and her fucking pussy at me, and you guys too for that matter. This game is not predatory whatsoever. At least until they came out the fucking $200 skin, that is. And even then, technically, it's not like you need the fucking skin. You can just say, I'm not gonna buy it, and, you know, that it's never gonna bother you. Like, this gacha game, minus the fucking $200 skin drama, is not fucking predatory at all. Or I would be very hard-pressed to say it's a predatory gacha. But if you think that anybody spending a ton of money on gacha games means that their gacha game must be super predatory, okay, then that must mean you must think every single gacha game out there is super predatory. It's like I don't like when people like have like super generalizing fucking statements towards like everything. I know I do that sometimes myself. So I'm aware that I may sound very hypocritical saying that. But when it actually fucking counts, I at least try to make sure that, you know, I'm not trying to speak for everyone here. Like, whenever I call the Wuthering Waves players fucking rats, I always try to make sure to say some shit like, you know, I don't mean all WoWa players. I'm only talking about the fucking rats. Like, the certain demographic of WoWa players who actually go out of their way to talk shit on other gacha games. Ahem, hoyo. But I try to, you know, contextualize what I'm saying by saying, whenever I talk shit on the rats, by saying something like, you know, you know, I don't mean all WoWa players. I'm sure there are a lot of WoWa players out there who are actually cool and don't feel a need to fucking turn to rats every other fucking minute. Like, I just don't like generalizing terms like that. Or generalizing words like that. Things that have no nuance whatsoever. It's a very fucking smooth brain, negative IQ thing to do. And unfortunately, we see that shit all the fucking time on social media these days. Like, don't open Twitter. So I guess just to wrap up my thoughts on that last question of yours, Hannah, if you see people spending a ton of money on a gacha game and you know for a fact that gacha is truly fucking predatory, right? That gacha's practices, monetization practices are truly dog shit. Then sure, at that point I wouldn't have much of a problem. But and I just want to mention this. I just want to be very clear about this. You should blame the developers more than the players, in my opinion. Instead of the players, because the developers are the ones setting the prices. Remember that. Should I say you should blame the developers more than the players? I don't know. That's, to be fair, I think that particular element of the discussion is up to personal debate. Whether you think it's more on the developers' it's more the developers' responsibility, or it's more on the players for being fucking idiots for doing that in the first place, for enabling the developers, as you said earlier. Like how much of the blame you're gonna allocate to each of the parties, that part is up to you. What I want to emphasize, though, is that no one party is fully at fault. If you want to blame the players for being dumbasses and spending a ton of money on a gacha when they clearly don't need to, just remember, you should also be blaming the developers for making the gacha the way it is. You cannot blame just one party. Rarely, you know, is it that in life, you know, there's one fault, there's one, like, sole center of responsibility, and that's it. Like, life is not that simple most of the time. Sometimes it is, but it's not here, not in this case. So, anyways, hopefully I was able to answer your question adequately. More like the suits behind the developers. That's true. Who are the publishers for GFL2 again in China? Was it Tencent or was it Net? And I don't think GFL2 is being published by NetEase. Probably what, Tencent, I would imagine. I forget which Chinese mega corpo is behind GFL2. Maybe Tencent. For you blaming the players themselves sounds stupid. I would usually blame the developers first and then the players second. Yeah. At least that's how I feel when it comes to, like, meta, right? Whenever people talk about meta, or meta becomes, like, the focal point of the conversation for gacha games, I'm almost always like, well, blame the developers. Why are you blaming... Why do you shame players for running top tier? Like, the players are just going to gravitate... A lot of players will just naturally gravitate towards whoever's strong, right? Whoever does their job the best. Like, that's just a very natural thing to do. Like, I know a lot of people out there get very tired of, like, people just always talking about meta, right? Meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a girl in your life? And sometimes I can sound like that myself too, but at the end of the day, like, I get why people love talking... I get why people love circle jerking meta so much. So the onus of the responsibility falls on the developers in, like, a meta context. In like a whaling context, though, I think I mentioned in that response video I mentioned, like, fucking 10-15 minutes ago, that like, a lot of people like to demonize gacha for being like, oh, gacha games are so predatory, you know, blah blah blah, whatever, right? They're so expensive, blah blah blah. But a lot of people don't seem to also realize that, you know, it's also almost just as equal of a responsibility for players to make sure to control their spending too, right? Players need to keep track of their own spending, you know, before they their spending spirals out of fucking control. Like, that's not good, obviously. So in a situation where you know, people may not tell you, right? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe student is screwing himself over, and he shouldn't be spending all this money, right? But that's his problem. That's something for him to figure out if he is. We can't, you know, force that kind of information out of him. I'm not the fucking FBI. I'm not the fucking CIA. That's. I'm assuming he's a full-ass grown adult. I'm assuming that, you know, that's his responsibility. But if you truly do have a problem with spending money on gacha, well, obviously at that point you shouldn't blame the fucking developers for what's essentially your fucking problem, right? That makes no sense either. Hey, Kinzel, welcome back. Do you think it's similar case to Casterus's global passive? What do you mean? Like what? People thought that the global passive thing was like a pay-to-win thing? Well, I'll just tell you this. I don't know if this is going to answer your question directly or not, but the global passive thing, that whole situation was fucking retarded. Like, literally all those people, all those fucking dog shit gacha content creators in quotation marks, all those people who fucking bitched about the global passive thing, they're all fucking retarded. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. Like, I made a video, NJanks. I don't know if you saw this video or not. But I remember putting out a video saying, like, this global passive thing ain't shit. Like, this shit is useless. Pretty much. And I got shit for that. For saying that, oh, the global passive ability ain't fucking shit. Like, I was more like, bruh, why are people like dooming over the global passive thing when there's a character who comes out after, like, literally right after Casterus. His name is Anaxa, and his ultimate fucking puts all 7 elemental weaknesses onto all enemies for like 3 turns. Excuse me? And people were more focused on the fucking global passive ability that, like, all it does is revive your character, and they don't even stick around if you can't even fucking heal them. Not to mention, I've actually had that global passive ability trigger in my own, like, MOC 12 runs. A lot of the time what happens is, if a character dies to, like, an enemy's, like, first attack or something, a lot of elite enemies out in Star Rail, they have a follow-up attack. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. Or, like, you know, maybe you just get unlucky and one of your characters dies in, like, the middle of, like, a really long, like enemy attack string, right? Where a lot of enemies go at once. That happens from time to time. So, like, half the time, Casterus' global revive thing is fucking useless, because what it does is it revives a character of yours who like, dies. They revive, and an enemy just hits them again, and they just die for good anyway. So it's like, okay, cool. What the fuck was that all about? It's like, sometimes it can come in clutch, but I said in that video that I put out saying, you know, why is everyone freaking out about the fucking global pass ability? If you are the type of player who actually relies on that thing, you were never in a good position to challenge MOC anyway, or like other endgame content anyway. Star Rail's endgame is designed such that you want your teams to be stronger than a certain limit. Right, because in Star Rail, if you want to, you know, max out MOC, if you want to clear MOC 12 with 36 stars, your team needs to be at a minimum threshold in order to clear it, like, consistently. If your team is like lower than that threshold, it's like an imaginary threshold, but when you play MOC, like, you'll kind of get a sense for what it is. But if your team's not that strong, your team's not gonna get it done. The only people that Casterus' global ability was actually going to benefit the most were people who were, like, either struggling or working on like being able to consistently clear MOC. And at that point, all they need at that point is just like a few more months to, like, get their team stronger, and okay, boom, they'll be able to clear MOC 12 just fine. Like, all Caster's global passive thing ended up being was just, oh, it helped those people clear MOC faster. What the fucking do? Saw my video, ready for the clown calling me, a clown video calling me dumb or crashing out. Gonna happen any day now. I'm sure it will. I'd be surprised if he lets me get away with bashing one of his videos. Rat like that. Hey, lolface, welcome back. Gachas are way too expensive, but I still would whale if I could. What's the reason? Oh, because I enjoy them. Were you expecting a different answer, Hannah? I fucking like these games. I know they're bad. I know that by nature they're very predatory. I know that I've said before that in an ideal world, gacha games would straight up not exist, but I still fucking like them anyway. You shouldn't drink soda. They're bad for you. You know, high fructose corn syrup and all that. But fuck it. I love my fucking high fructose corn syrup. America, baby. I will drink soda until the day I fucking die. Either of natural causes or because, you know, my arteries get clogged too much from fucking drinking too much high fructose corn syrup. You shouldn't drink soda, but tons of people still do anyway. I enjoy gacha games, Hannah. I will spend money on them. Simple as that. But I spent $2,000 for 2 characters nowadays. If I had that kind of money, I could spend it without worrying about how to pay my fucking bills at the end of the month. Sure, if I really wanted to do it. Are you saying that? Are you implying that I should feel bad for doing that? Because no, I don't feel bad. Is it Gambit time? Yeah, it's going to be pretty soon here. Out of curiosity, new character on average, no pity, 50-50 loss, probably around $300. What might be reasonable for a character? You know, free is ideal, but free is ideal. My honest opinion is that a new character shouldn't cost more than 50. 100 if we're gonna stretch it. I think that all you need to do I think that ideally, gacha games should get to a point where if they still want to keep their gacha model, one purchase of the most expensive pack, so assuming that, you know, the biggest packs stay at $100, one pack alone is enough to guarantee you a character, a new limited character. Nothing more. Anything more than $100, that gacha can go fuck itself. Yeah, ideally 50, but 100 maximum and no more, yeah. Feel like if you toss 100, yeah, exactly. Fucking AAA games are fucking $70. It's like, holy fuck, man. One pack won't even guarantee $100 won't even guarantee you a single fucking character. Like, go fuck off. Fuck off. Anyways, enough of staring at VSK's pussy. Let's gamba for Type97. FGO not having any pity until several years ago. Yeah, thumbnail is good for the stream right now is crazy. Yeah, because I've been staring at the character in the thumbnail for a while now. Hell yeah. Oh, it's just a retired one. Hey, BN, welcome back. Goated thumbnail, by the way. Thank you. I really enjoy that home screen for GFL2. By the way, chat, I don't know if people have already discussed this in chat already, but what the hell did Type97 need again? I think at V0 she's fine. I don't know if she wants her signature or not. Maybe the Battle Pass assault rifle. I think Guarnos should still be good enough for her, I think. Guess I'll find out. Type97, what do you want? Let's see. Oh, she wants one of the neural integration shop weapons. Either Planeta, ideally Golden Melody it looks like, so I guess I can pick that one up for her. No need for her weapon. V1's better for, or V1's better for her at that point. Okay. Yeah, V0 is already good enough. Apparently, yeah. Alright, trouble. Is that her? I can't tell. Yeah, it's her. You only got 2 golden melodies, you think? Well, shop is resetting in a couple of days, so you can just wait for shop to reset. I'm pretty sure I already claimed my. Okay. I'm pretty sure I already claimed my or I already bought out this month's golden melody for, who was it again? 417, I think. Yeah, so I'll have to wait until like a couple of days, like 5-6 days. Have you seen Gensai's animations in JP? They look sick. I know that her sprite is supposed to look unique, because like most sprite, I think I mentioned this before, but most sprites in FGO, they like face to the left, right? The only exception is obviously Dante, who's an edgelord, so he, you know, has his back to the enemies most of the time, unless he's in his summer skin, I think. Then he'll face enemies properly. But yeah, most sprites in the game are like that. But I believe Gensai's sprite is like she's facing you, I think, but she's still looking at the enemies, kind of like a fighting game character. So that was interesting. But yeah, I think somebody told me to look up Gensai's kits. I think I was about to look at that, and I got sidetracked by, and like talking to chat. So GFL showing mercy. I wish it were the other fucking way around. Because at least in GFL2, I can actually afford to lose the fucking coin flip. Really wish it were the other fucking way around. Yeah. Too bad I get lucky in games that don't need the fucking luck. Well, I'm not going to try to sound like ungrateful about it, but still. Well, there's that. Just leave it on screen for the flex, yeah. I play so much gacha, not even reacting to it. No, I did react. If you didn't notice, like as soon as I saw the second one, I was like, I stopped what I was saying for a second. I was like, because yeah, that was actually unexpected. I mean, usually that's happened a couple times before, yeah, but usually it's like, oh, I win the coin flip on one character, lose it on or like lose it first, and then obviously the next one's guaranteed or something. But don't play GFL2, but Nemesis looks hot. I agree. Specifically, she's got a good ass. Do I have her no cape skin? Yeah, it's this one. Maybe one day they'll give Nemesis a 5-star version. Yeah, I was stun locked for a second, yeah. Good enough. Her kit didn't really seem all that impressive, to be honest. Her animations are cool, though, yeah, apparently. Y'all can stare at Nemesis's ass for a second while I look up what Gensai is capable of. But yeah, Takeuchi definitely cooked with her her art though. She looks very nice in all 3 Ascensions actually. And then her sprites are definitely a breath of fresh air as far as like sprite work goes in FGO. More adult, dark-skinned females are needed in gacha. True. Let me see here. First skill, Gensai's first skill. Buster Arts 30%. 50% against man attribute. That's pretty damn good actually. Double color buff with a 50% power mod against man. That's have they ever done skills where you get a double color buff and a power mod buff in like the same fucking skill? Maybe. Feels kind of rare, but I don't know. Second skill, what is she again? Assassin. Okay, interesting. Second skill, star weight, crit damage, star bomb, I think. Grant self sword sheathing stance buff for 1 turn. Okay. I'm assuming there's going to be a passive or like it'll have something to do with her NP. Third skill. Skill seal? That's certainly a choice. Reduces their crit damage resist. Oh, their crit damage res. That's... I don't think I've ever seen that before. Was there ever a crit damage shred effect in FGO before? I don't think I've ever seen something like that. Maybe there's another JP servant who has something like that, but I certainly can't think of one. 30% battery, attack buff. Ooh, alright, so she's got the trifecta. She's got all 3 power mods. Or she's got all 3, what is it? She's got all 3 damage buffs. Or damage categories. 30% attack buff, 30% double color buff, and then 50% power mod buff if it applies. Technically it'd be better if she had an NP damage buff too, but I don't know if she has that. Maybe on her NP, I guess we'll see. What's her attack, actually? 11,500? Not bad. Especially not for an assassin. She'll probably be able to put out some decent damage even though she's an assassin. Especially with all these self buffs, too, while she's at it. Balanced deck, too, so she should have decently good good damage output. Let's see. That's funny. She has her A3 is good against other assassins. Let's see. NP. Single target, I assume? Yes, single target. Buster single target. Okay, interesting. So that means that she's competing with King Hassan, basically. Increases own attack by another 30% for 1 turn if she has that sword sheathing stance thing. And I believe she activates on her 2nd skill? Okay. Kind of wish it did something more. Maybe it does, but all it is for now, all it sounds like for now is like it's basically just basically like a weird version, a weird twist on Ereshkigal's fucking underworld buff thing. Kind of. Invul Pierce and Defense Pierce. Alright, that sounds nice. So she does have something over King Hassan then. And super effective mod against Divine. This bitch sounds like she's loaded. Oh, and she just gets a free MP damage, but just because. Okay, well shit, she does have every single fucking damage mod then. Alright. Well, they had to make her good somehow. If she's gonna be a fucking 5-star single target assassin. Would certainly fucking hope so. Interesting. Oh yeah, King of GACHA. Here, I can toss you the spreadsheet that I use for GFL2. Apparently, I've been told the spreadsheet that I linked just now is better than Pridwin anyway. It has always been better than Pridwin anyway. Oh, the crit damage resist shred first showed up with the Lilith? Okay. Guess that makes sense. She's a divine killer? Yeah. Yeah, she looks like she's got a super effective mod against divine enemies. So she's good against both man and divine. Has that ever happened before, where a single servant is good against two completely different traits? Maybe, but this is the first one. Yensai is the first one in recent memory that has something like this. Cause yeah, she sounds like she can do damage out the fucking ass. 30% attack buff off her third skill. Doubles if she has her sword sheathing stance thing up. So she should be able to do wicked fucking turn 1 MP damage. So what? 60% MP, 60% attack buff, at least a 10% MP damage buff, 30% color buff for her Buster, and either a 50% power mod against Man or super effective mod against Divine. So God help you if you're a Divine target. I think we have quite a few Divine Riders and obviously Divine Berserkers in the game. I mean, it's a super effective mod, so at that point she doesn't even need class advantage. Well, you know, it'll help her still do a shit ton of damage anyway, is what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Really wish her Star Bomb. Oh, her second skill is on a 2-turn cooldown. Oh, that. Okay, that changes things. Because I thought it was just another one of your generic fucking, you know, 7 to 5 turns cooldown skills where it's like, oh, you know, you have all your effects for 1 turn, take it or leave it. But no, this shit is on a 2-turn cooldown. Okay. Alright. Sure, whatever. I guess it's not like she's gonna worry about, like, having to miss out on her sword sheathing stance thing very much then. Fucking 2-turn skill cooldown, by the way. Yeah, I feel like Gensai, there's a lot of potential here. Like, she basically has everything a fucking offensive boss killer wants, in my opinion. Like, does she not? She has every single fucking power mod. Like, the only thing you can argue that she doesn't have is like a good enough MP damage buff, but she already has one herself. So it's better than nothing. Obviously, you can give her more MP damage. But, like, you can circumvent that if you just save her for, like, either man targets or divine targets. And at that point, her having MP damage just kind of doesn't matter. Or, I'm sure it still does if you give her Oberon, but... Like, holy fucking shit, how much damage is going to do with Oberon? We have Himura Kenshin at home. She nukes bosses, basically. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of potential here that I'm seeing. It's like, sure, like, she seems like a very straightforward character, but she literally has everything a DPS boss killer, a fucking boss killer wants. Right? Like, she has everything. 30% battery. Like, she can even fucking crit the shit out of them, too. Her crit skill is on a 2-turn cooldown, so the fact that they're all on they're all only active for 1 turn isn't really that big of a deal at that point. Like, she's good against both man and divine targets for some reason. I don't know what the fuck kind of lore logic that is, but okay. The more the merrier, I guess. And she has a balanced deck, too. 2 arts cards, 2 buster cards. Like, what the fuck? Perhaps they cooked. Perhaps they cooked with Gensai. What the fuck? Yeah, Pierce Invul, Pierce Defense. The only thing that's gonna save you from this bitch is, Guts. I guess the one thing she's missing is that she doesn't have a buff removal. That'd be fucking broken. If she had all that shit. If she had all that. Jesus. Nah, Gensai seems cracked. Like, technically everything about her, like, just piecemeal doesn't seem that strong, but like altogether it's like, nah, Gray over in YouTube chat. Nah, I think Gensai has the potential to be a fucking beast. Just personally speaking. And God help you if she hits, or God help the enemy if you bring her against a fucking divine target and she has Oberon to back her ass up too. Okay, well, how much damage she's gonna put out then? Couple fucking mil? She's gonna scrape the bottom of 10 mil or something? Like, damn, this bitch is fucking vicious. Oh, by the way, she's chaotic evil. This bitch is chaotic evil. Perfect. I don't mean that just in a not just as a personality trait. We got plenty of buffers out there who buff chaotic evil, I'm pretty sure. Hey, guess what? We have Domon. Hey, Domon, come on, come here. Get your ass over here. Fucking pop his second, third skill. Boom. Double attack buff. Fucking 100% attack buff for 3 turns. Lovely. Well, you know, for 1 turn, and then she still maintains 70% for 3 turns. And then, doesn't Domon give like 100% crit damage buff to his whole team off his second skill? So it's like, oh, you don't like the fact that Gensai's second skill only has 1 turn effects? All right, here's Domon. Lovely. What am I looking at right now? Oh, somebody told me to look at some FGO servants that came out recently, so I was checking them out. Glad I did, because I really like how one of them is designed. What about Todo? What about this dude? The Killua looking kid. Somewhere in Japan, Hoshimachi Suisei is creaming her pants right now. What is he again? Oh, he's an Avenger. What the hell? Oh, an Avenger with a taunt. That's odd. But then again, Avengers have really, really high MP charge on hits, so maybe it's not like the worst thing. But Avengers don't really have a lot of HP to begin with, so that's definitely a choice. MP party gen party's MP gen party MP gen buff for 3 turns, 20-30. Party's crit damage. Okay, sure. Oh, he's a quick Avenger. Increases his own quick performance 30%. That's cool. MP gen when taking attack for. Excuse me. So he's an Avenger. This kid Todo or Heisuke, I should, because that's his first name. So this kid Heisuke he's an Avenger, so that means he's already got way higher than average MP charge on when he takes attacks or when he takes hits. He has an MP generation buff for his whole team, so I'm assuming that affects that shit too, I think. And then he has another MP gen buff specifically for when he takes hits. It increases that shit by 50%, and he has a 3-time evade. Okay. So basically, Heisuke theoretically should be able to charge his MP super fucking fast. I wonder if he can, like, literally turn 1 MP. I wonder if there's a video. I'm really curious now to see if there's somebody on JP who's gonna make a video on Heisuke where they test how much MP charge he gets off of his first turn at 0%. I'm really curious, cause like it would be hilarious if Heisuke could turn if he gets his MP off of the first turn. Like, if he pops both his first and second skill at the same time on turn 1. That would be fucking hilarious. Third skill, 20% P buff, 20% attack buff. And he charges his own MP gauge just because, in case that wasn't good enough. Alright. Alright, kid. I see you. His kid is hilarious. Holy fuck, dude. NP. Oh, he even has a fucking kamikaze NP too. Fucking kills himself. Okay. I don't know why he has that, but sure. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, given what his first 2 skills are like, or given what his first skills like, and the fact that he's an Avenger. Another single target, super effective mod against the lawful enemies. Okay, that's interesting. So he can nuke lawful enemies, and he kills himself after. There's got to be a use for that, right? And in case he doesn't kill them, he fucking debuffs them he gives them a 20% defense debuff too. Interesting. And then overcharge another quick buff. Okay. I don't know how good he'll end up being, but like, I can smell some like challenge quest shenanigans from him. Like you just if you need him to fucking nuke a lawful bitch once and then just fucking off himself after. Like, huh. I guess he can be a really weird like quasi support DPS NP MP single target anti-lawful like quasi DPS sort of thing. I don't know. Really interesting kit. Like I see what they're going for here, but I'm really curious to see how useful he'll end up being. Kind of hard to tell at the moment, but I do see what Lazingo was trying to go for with this kid. I'm assuming his MP animation has him like fucking shank himself or something. I mean, you know, if it kills himself, then, or if it forces him to fucking kill himself, then. Anyways, hope you guys got enough of Type97's ass. Hey, Crackcaster, welcome back. Plus, she already made one. Heisuke is indeed roided esports. Oh, okay. There you go, then. Yeah. Heisuke definitely sounds like he'd be, like, very, like he has one purpose and one purpose only. But yeah. He sounds like he'd be fucking hilarious to use. Definitely the kind of servant where you bring him in when you have a fucking plan. when the team understands the assignment. Sue Storm got a new peak outfit. I think I was seeing some buzz on Twitter. Marvel Rivals Sue Storm skin. Like, I know about her her first skin, her first Gooner skin. Her Malice skin. I'm trying to look it up on what? Google Images right now. I don't see it yet. Maybe it's so hot, it's so fresh off the internet that the internet hasn't caught up yet. More about that later, though. Really good level 1 unit. Kamikaze MP, Suicide MP, 3-turn taunt, buff on his skill 1. Taunt buff and die you can have uses as a turn 1 recycle unit. Yeah, yeah. Even if you don't level him, sure. I mean, hell, even if you do level him, I'm sure he even has a purpose there, too. But yeah, probably for esports purposes, probably going to be more useful. What is it? Probably going to be more useful at level 1. You didn't like her one-turn buffs on her second skill, but it being on a 2-turn cooldown is actually really great. Yeah, I had the exact same reaction too. I was like, like 1-turn buffs, like how good can that be? And then I looked at its cooldown, I was like, oh. Because I was even about to say, like, bruh, we've seen this, we've seen the whole, like, you know, oh, fucking... A servant gives themselves like a status, and they have to use their MP to take advantage of that status, right? That's why I said earlier, I was like, oh, this shit is just Airshiggle all over again. I was like, you know, the fuck's the point of that then? But then when I realized it was on a 2-turn cooldown, I was like, oh, okay, that's a bit different. So, oh, I see. Lazingo was in fact cooking with her, surprisingly. You like the new quality of life in Star Rail? You like seeing where all the jades are? Really? What do you mean by that? Like the game just like straight up tells you all the places where you can get jades? That's kind of cool actually. I have no idea what that looks like though. Oh yeah, I think if I clear Type97's tutorial mission, I can get that dorm mission done. You button in travel log, the reward guide that shows you all the patches, all the jades a patch will give you. Oh, okay, that's really cool, actually. Yeah, didn't know that myself. I'm not gonna lie, MP5's the MP5 in GFL2 sounds almost sounds very similar to the MP5 in Black Ops 6. Very cool. One of your dolls speaks in Russian. That's most in the gun. Hey, Intent, how's it going, man? Welcome back. This patch will give about 2150 jades. Ugh, only. Well, can't say I'm not surprised. Don't know where this jade location QOL is. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I know either, so you're gonna have to rely on Chaos or somebody else from Twitch chat to tell you, or to like guide you to where exactly it is. Why did the CZOT75 sound like a fucking deagle there? Have you seen Helena yet? Yeah, I've been told. Yeah, I know it's DP12 from the first game. And yeah, I think I've seen her and she looks great, obviously. Like, not to state the obvious or anything, but let's see, past events. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see, don't need to worry about mill sims, I don't think. Ah, right, I still need to get expansion drills done. What are the enemies here again? Armor Breaker Fray. I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of autoed this, so I have no idea what this dude's capable of. For activation, Malicious Outburst cleanses a certain amount of debuffs from the user and permanently reduces AoE damage taken. War Scythe's cannon damage against non-bulwark dolls increased. After each turn, damage dealt. How many? Where are we at right now? 8? Did you see the new Mirreese gameplay from TGS? It's a new Horizon Walker type game, but it looks way more polished. Really? No, Finkel. I didn't even know. I didn't even know what that game was until you just told me. Until you told me just now. Home screen is sick. Yep, my favorite home screen so far. Basically just travel guide to reward guide. Okay. You see the leaked Wuwa gameplay for Galbrina and yeah, the Chinese dude. No, not yet. UMP 45 and 9 are coming out soon. Recommended V1 for both, but they can both use standard weapons. Okay. Sounds good. Rex also has like 40 minutes of Ananta gameplay on his, I assume on his channel. Messes around in outfit customization so you get an idea of how it works. Nice. Very good. Let's see. Looks like this dude is weak to fire and electric, as expected. Let's go with this. Pray for the best, I guess. What is this? Reducing incoming damage by 20% for 1 turn. Okay. Can't find anything about this Maurice game. Yeah, this is a brand new game that I never heard of. But apparently Fobmaster played it, so I assume it's real. Oh yeah, shit. I forgot to use I forgot to send out Changzhou first. Oh, rip. That's awkward. Oh, it's Mirise, not Maurice. Okay. Mirise. With an I at the end. Ooh, lovely. Ow. Jesus, how many fucking attacks, bro? How many fucking attacks, bro? Couldn't do it cause you suck. I think it's more that he just does a ton of fucking damage. We might actually have to take. I might actually have to take risks that to increase either his defense or his HP instead of his attack. Maybe we'll see. Just one shots Vector. Nice. Off to a great start. You know, the rest of the team is dead too. Cool. Oh yeah, we're definitely, I'm definitely backing out to rearrange some of the risks here. Let's see, let's try this. You got 2 copies there at first multi somehow. Hey, Crazy Wolf, same here too, actually. No cap. I was not expecting it either, but I ended up doubling up on Type97 on my multi too. It wasn't my first multi, it was like my 4th or 5th one, but yeah, basically same thing. So that was cool. But yeah, glad that you got some good luck too on that. Oh, right. I should have used Vector shit first. Oh, whoops. Huh. Somi somehow survived that. If you're planning to run Leva, best to build Endoris as tank, right? I think so. I have no idea actually. If you mean UMP 45, I would assume so, yeah, because 45 apparently is supposed to be a DPS. So that's what I would guess. Oh yeah, this boss is definitely bullshit. Oh yes sir, he is. What the fuck is that damage? There's some sort of mechanic here that he's doing that I obviously don't understand. The problem is that the one problem that this game has is I feel like the game does not really explain like how the bosses like work. Like some bosses are pretty like you can kind of figure it out. Some other bosses like this one is like, okay, so how exactly is he doing all this fucking dog shit damage? Well, it's not dog shit. It's way too fucking much. I wonder if for this enemy you'd actually prefer increasing his HP or some shit instead of his damage. Cause that damage is like, ain't no fucking way, dude. Huh, maybe I just don't take the malicious outburst thing at all. Let's try this. No idea how you approach this one. I guess don't trigger his malicious outburst thing and pray for the best, I guess. I don't know. Okay, at least with that setup, he's doing a lot less fucking damage, so there's that at least. They do give walls of text on bosses, then you have to study it to figure out the relevant bits. Mostly it's all there, but it takes a bit of reading. You know how gacha players are with reading. It's one thing to expect people to read, but it's another thing entirely to expect gacha players to read. It's my honest belief that gacha games should be pretty intuitive to understand. Like if a gacha game's been out for a while, like years, and enemies are starting to get super fucking complicated, and like mechanics are also starting to get complicated too, that's one thing. But GFL2 hasn't even been out for a year yet. And some bosses are like, what the fuck is going on exactly? Granted, you know, I'm not trying to say that they're super fucking complicated. This is like, I'm not trying to say that this is like MMO levels of like, what the fuck is going on, but... Maybe I should have backed up Soulmate to have her pick up the what is it? The reduced damage thing. She might die this turn because I didn't do that. Guess we'll find out. Okay, yeah. It was just a matter of figuring out what the correct set of risks were. Yeah. Because I figure if I can't deal with the fucking malicious outburst thing, I just might as well not even take it, so I didn't. Okay. I think I only have 2, yeah, which means I've got to wait for next week to pick up my other core, I think it is. making sure I did my boss fights already. Yes, sir. I guess I can get the mini games out of the way. Wish they would get rid of the red marker for boundary push. Personally, don't do your 4 runs every week. I mean, you should. They do give you gems. It's not a lot, but the boundary push runs shouldn't take too long. Like, it shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. I'll tell you what I do for them, because I told somebody else in my chat. I think it was Haviland. Basically, when you do the boundary push things, I figured out that all you need to do is just bum rush the boss. Just when you spawn into a a bounty map. Actually, I wonder if my teams are back. Are they? No, not yet. They'll be back in 2 hours. Basically, when you do a bounty run, Gray, bring in your best team. Bring in your best like AOE / whatever. My team is usually these 4 down here: Watuke, Lotta, Peritia, and then Somi. These 3 are my Ice Core team because Watuke is my strongest character, so she can just snipe enemies. Somi also helps because SMGs deal a ton of damage to bosses when you initiate. And then Peritia is there because she's one of our only 2 machine gunners, so she has really good AOE just to clear out lots of enemies at once. This is my preferred team to do bounty runs with. When I first start a run, I open up the map and see where the boss is located because you can see where the boss spawns. And I just go straight there and just snipe them, get all the pick up all the treasure chests along the way. But just say fuck the rest of the map. I'm just going straight to the boss and fucking murking his ass. And as soon as you kill him and you collect all the treasures there, if there's treasure to be collected, you just back the fuck out and call it a run. And just do that 4 times. And then your regular crystal collection, like your auto farm shit for a crystal collection, that should take care of the rest for the week. Like, it's super easy. At least, it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was, or I thought it was going to be. So it shouldn't be that bad, man. I mean, hey, they give you what? They give you gems every week, so you might as well. Oh god, I forgot they gave us fucking UE60 in Blue Archive, so now I have to worry about fucking buying so many more goddamn fucking Eligma now. Is it just GFL today? Probably. If I somehow have some time left over, I'll probably, I don't know, hop on some, I don't know, Genshin, maybe? I don't know. Need to kill it as quick as possible. Yeah, Zizar, yeah. I got the assignment. That and do not take the malicious outburst risks, or at least not the one that makes him trigger malicious outburst when he doesn't hit enough enemies or something like that. Struggling hard with the H stages and Arknights, even with guides, or have you not looked at a guide yet? You've been trying not to, but you're about to hear. Yeah, I'd say if you're struggling too much and you don't feel like doing it anymore, hey, nothing wrong with using guides. They're there for a reason. Are most characters in GFL2 from GFL1? Yes. I think I've gone over this before, but most of them are, yeah. This girl's from GFL2, or GFL1, sorry. Her name is Wa2K. She goes by Macchiato in this game. I still call her Wa2K because she's my favorite waifu. Actually, most girls from GFL2 I call by their GFL1 names, or their actual gun names. Because in GFL1, every character was named after the gun they use. So, Wa2K uses the Walther 2000 sniper rifle, German sniper rifle. AK Alpha, I'm not calling her Tololo. I think that's a kind of a stupid name, to be honest. Like, it makes sense why she's named that, but I still kind of find it stupid. I'm still calling her AK Alpha, because that's the name of her gun. Sharkry is actually new to this game. She didn't exist in the first game. The gun she uses is called the Robinson XCR, Modular Assault Rifle, something like that. American AR, or American Assault Rifle. But she wasn't in the first game. She's new to the second game. Or she's new to the franchise. Pretty sure she wasn't in PNC either. Pretty sure she's brand new. Spaz12 is from the first game. Oh, in case it wasn't obvious already, AK Alpha's from the first game. So, yes, first game. Yes, first game. No, new to the second. Yes, first game. Her name is Spaz12. She goes by Sabrina, so I like the name Sabrina, so I call her both. But she's in the first game. Or she is in the first game. 416 is definitely from the first game, given how popular she is. You can see her gun name right here. She goes by Cluckai. I have no idea why the fuck they called her that. Who the fuck thought of this name? So, yeah, no, she's still 416 to me. But yeah, she's from the first game. Chongjo is from the first game too. She was actually one of the more recent ones, at least as far as I'm aware. Back when I was still playing GFL1. She goes by Chongjo. She goes by Chongjo here. That's what I normally call her, because that's easier to say than her full gun name, which is the QBZ-191. Sometimes I call her QBZ for short, but then again, technically that would mean I'd have to call Type97 and Type97 down here. I'd also have to abbreviate their names to be QBZ, because technically their gun names start with QBZ too. This would be the QBZ-95, and this would be the QBZ-97. QBZ is like the English acronym for whatever the names are in Chinese, I'm pretty sure. But we just abbreviate it to we just call them Type95 and Type97. Technically that would mean that her name would be the Type 191, but it's cooler calling her QBZ, or 191 for short. Anyways, just call her Chongjo, it's easier to say. She's from the first game. VSK is also from the first game. She goes by Niketa in the second. But she's definitely from the first game. Her skin also is a reference to believe it or not, a lolly skin she had in the first game. Because the first game, GFL 1, every May 5th is Children's Day in East Asian countries, notably Korea and China. I think technically Japan has it too, but they usually focus on their Golden Week. So that entire week is like a holiday for them. Whereas in Korea and China, I don't know if we have a whole ass vacation week. Maybe we do. But I know for a fact that May 5th is Children's Day in both Korea and China. So every year in GFL 1, they release a batch of skins that turn their characters into lollies. This one for VSK was given to her for her lolly skin like a couple years back, where she wears a very similar looking cheerleader skin. And Mika team just looked at them and was like, fuck it, we'll just give it to her in the second game, and they did. Anyways, some quick trivia for you. This girl's also from the first game. Her name is K2. She goes by Yuhi here because she's Korean, because she's a Korean gun, so go figure. But yeah, I call her K2 anyway. Her costume actually, by the way, was not from the first game. This is new to the second game, but she herself was from the first game. Part of the famous Anmi trio quad. Because Anmi drew who was it? Suomi, Yuhi, or Suomi, K2, Deagle, and K5. Was it K5? I don't know. Actually, no, I don't think it was K5. It was somebody else. But there was like a trio of characters that, or no, K2, Suomi, and then fuck, I forgot the third girl. Whatever, I'm sure she'll come back, or I'm sure chat will bring that up. Anyways, she was one of the three famous Anmi trio girls, because they all were drawn by the same artist, and people fucking love all of them. So, anyways, K2 was in the first game. Pretty is new. But strangely enough, the gun that she uses, the PKP, Pecheneg something, Russian LMG, that is not new. That gun is actually from the first game. So, Peritia is one of like the few weird instances where the character herself is new to the second game, or new to the franchise, but the gun she uses is not. I think there's another, I think Xiaohui down the bottom is kind of like that too, but I'll talk about that further when I get to her. So technically her gun isn't new. The PKP actually did exist in the first game, but is a completely different character. So strictly speaking, it's not the same girl, but the weapon still exists. So kind of like half, 40%. Groza was in the first game. The weird part about Groza is that because they decided to make her a starter character, like the main protag character kind of thing, she's a 4-star in this game, but she was a 5-star in the first game. So that's kind of weird. I'm still kind of hoping that maybe eventually Mika team will turn Groza into a 5-star like she deserves to be. Her and MP7, I think, were both 5 stars in the first game, but they got demoted down to 4 stars only, so that's kind of a travesty, to be honest. But we'll see what they want to do with them. But anyways, Groza was in the first game. KSVK, she goes by Dushevnaya in this game. KSVK is also from the first game. The weird part about her is that she looks very different in the first game. Technically, lore-wise, I believe it's the same person. It's the same character. But she looks different and she acts very different too. Like she looks like I would pull up my GFL1 account, but that would take a little bit, especially because I have to update that game too. I haven't updated in a while. So like if you want to know what she looks like in the first game, just type into Google image search like KSVK GFL1, and then you'll see what I mean. She looks very different. Apparently this is a new body that she's using, and she's really fucking chuny in this game, which I don't really care for personally. I'm glad she's in this game, but I would have much preferred how she was in the first game. But technically it's the same character, so. Type97 was in the first game, obviously. All of China loves her, so. The skin is also a straight fucking rip from the first game too, because she had this exact same fucking skin in the first game. I guess technically this skin is hornier, just because you can see your side tie panties, but same skin nonetheless. Vepli's new, brand new. Her gun I don't think exists in the first game, unless her gun is the Saiga. I think her gun actually might be the Saiga. It kind of looks like it. Magazine-fed repeating shotgun, automatic, semi-automatic, or automatic shotgun, probably semi-auto. But if that's the case, then that means that she's just like Peritia, where her gun is not new, but the character is. The Saiga looked very different in the first game. I mean, speaking of dark-skinned characters like UI was talking about in Twitch chat earlier, what is it? Saiga in the first game was a darker-skinned Russian girl. And she was a confirmed raging lesbian. So, Kind of a shame that they didn't bring back, you know, Saiga, the actual Saiga from GFL1, just wholesale, and now we have this idol girl. But she's cute. I don't dislike her. Well, except for the time where she fucking spooked me 5 times in a row. That she can go fuck off. But it's been a while since I last got a Vepley spook, so I'm not as triggered I'm not as triggered whenever I look at her now. So character's new, maybe the gun isn't. She's new, Lada's new. Thing about her is that the weapon she uses, her shotgun that she uses is called the M1 Super 90. Which means if GFL1 operates off of the logic that that variants of the same weapon are technically siblings, like say UMP45 and UMP9 are both, they're supposed to be siblings, I guess. I think that's what they were trying to go for. If that's the case, if GFL2 operates off that logic, that means that Lada actually does have a sister in the first game, but she doesn't exist in the second game yet. Because the M4, not M3, M4 Super 90 exists in the first game. Or otherwise, if you guys play, if any of you guys have played Call of Duty, you'll know that shotgun better by the name of M1014. So the M1014 was in the first game, which means that Lada's sister was in the first game, but not Lada herself. Lada herself is new, because her specific shotgun variant, the M1 Super 90, didn't exist in the first game, but it does here. So technically she's new, but her sister, assuming it's a sister, they look very similar anyway. They both had dark hair, and they both have relatively the same build, I think. But her sister exists in the first game. Maybe we'll see her sister. Maybe we'll see M1014 show up in the second game at some point. Springfield was from the first game. That's for fucking sure. She is not new whatsoever. She didn't have a drone, though. She definitely didn't have this fucking huge-ass fucking sword either, but other than that, she's mostly the same. Choho was from the first game. We called her Captain China in the first game, because her initial artwork, when she first joined the game, she had... Because in the first game, what you understand is that in the first game, all the shotguns in the game were drawn with shields, like with ballistic shields. It kind of looked different from shotgun to shotgun, but the idea was that the shotgunners in the first game were meant to be damage tanks. So that's why all of them had like ballistic shields as part of their gear. So Chohwa's, or technically her Chinese military designation is what? The Type97S. Not to be confused with Type97, the assault rifle. So because of that confusion, we just call her Captain China, or Chohwa, I guess. But yeah, we called her Captain China because the shield that she had in the first game looked like Captain America's, you know, like circle shield with a star in the middle. So you know, we just, you know, Captain China. She got a mod buff in the first game, and that dramatically changed her artwork. Like if you go look up this girl's artwork from the first game when she first released, and then like years later, like we're talking 4 or 5 years later, when the devs finally gave her a mod 3 buff or a mod 3 upgrade, she looks way fucking different. Her GFL2 incarnation, Chohwa here, is very obviously very similar to her post mod buff in the first game. So that's where her design comes from. Makes sense. So yeah, she was in the first game. Definitely wasn't this horny in the first game, though. Or at least not her outfit. Was she? She might have been pretty horny in the first game, actually. At least after her mod 3 buff. Definitely wasn't like this pre-buff, but whatever. She has fat tits. G11 from the first game. Yeah. One of the strongest ARs in the first game. When she first came out in the first game, she was immediately top tier. In the years following, she kind of like she farted. She started to slowly fall off. And then the devs were like, "Nah, we can't have that. She's part of 404 squad. They all gotta be fucking broken." So they buffed her, and she went straight back to being top tier again. Surprisingly, not that good in this game. I mean, she's obviously good in corrosion teams, but I'm surprised they didn't make her stronger than she is in this game. But whatever. Maybe it's because my own G11 kind of sucks, but she's there. Yeah, weird ass gun she uses too. You should watch the Forgotten Weapons video where they disassemble the G11 in real life. That shit is fucking weird. As far as firearms go, I mean, it just looks fucking weird too. Mailbox gun. Anyways, it's G11. She was in the first game. Most of the Gun is also from the first game too. The strange thing about Most of the Gun is that she's one of the few characters in this game who actually kept her gun name. Because the lore, I believe in this game, is that after the events of the first game, because in the first game, quick lore dump about the first game, you are the commander of a PMC, a private military company, and you go around doing PMC shit. And, you know, help save the world in the process, as, you know, Chinese gacha games usually have you do. After the first game's events end, like after the main story of the first game ends, at the beginning of the second game, this one, canonically you find out that you have your PMC, Griffin and Kruger, or G&K for short, that you worked for in the first game has officially been disbanded/dissolved, which means that all the girls you commanded in the first game have now dispersed and, you know, spent the next decade just doing whatever the fuck, right? Going off and doing their own shit, pretty much. Some of the girls stayed with you, obviously, or did they? Maybe, I don't know. But but a lot of the girls that came from the first game, like canonically, they've come back to rejoin you here, like a decade later or some shit. So, you know, hence Most of the Gun and all the others are back. Most of the and when the girls left, it was company protocol back in GFL1, where all the girls have to use the names of their guns. Because the whole point of the first game was, you know, oh, cute anime girls, they turned, you know, real life firearms into cute anime robot girls. Cool. But in the second game, when the PMC dissolved, obviously they're not beholden to that protocol anymore, so they can all just they all just started taking they all started taking human names. That and in the world of GFL2, I believe tactical dolls, as they're called, are kind of they are discriminated against. So it's better off for them to pretend like they're actually human. So, you know, even more incentive for them to take human names. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but most of the Gun specifically, and I think one or two other characters, do not change their names. Like, you'll notice, this is the name of her gun, and she's called that officially in the game. So, she's one of the few characters in the game who actually keeps her gun name, her actual gun name. No idea why, but she does. So yeah, she doesn't have a human name, technically. Maybe she does, and maybe she does, I just don't know about it, but... whatever, same difference to me. I'll still call her Most in the Gun anyway. Because the Russian rifle she uses is pretty fucking legendary. Like, it's over 100 fucking years old. They used the shit back in World War One. Probably even before that, too. Did they use it in Crimea the first time? Probably. Hell, some of these rifles are still being used by some Russian soldiers in Ukraine today. Fucking museum piece. But yeah, she was in the first game. MP7, just like Groza, she was a 5-star in the first game, but for some reason they demoted her ass down to 4-star, praying that they elevate her back up to a 5-star eventually with time, but we'll see. Also, her thing with Lollipop, she had that from the first game too. They didn't explode in the first game though, which is kind of funny. And Doris, she is new, but her gun... actually, technically, her gun is new too, because she uses the G36K. Gun nerd time. The weapon, the assault rifle she uses is called a G36K. It's part of the G36 family of German assault rifles that they adopted, back in the 90s? Maybe early 2000s? Something like that. This girl, right below her actually, she uses the original G36. Right here. She used the G36. You can tell it's a regular G36. Well, it would have been better if it had the integrated, the default optical sight. I guess she took hers off. Well, this is just the retired skin, so don't look too much into that. But, you can tell it's a G36 because of its elongated barrel. Whereas with the G36K, it's called the K for a reason because the K stands for short in German. The barrel on her gun looks shorter. Does it? Kind of does. And then the G30, well, before I get to the G36C. So that means that technically the G36K is new to the game, or new to the franchise, because this gun did not exist. The character herself did not exist either in the first game at all. The only G36 variants that we had in the first game were G36 itself and then G36C, which is the carbine version. And it has an even shorter barrel. G36C was in the first game, but not the second game, for some reason. Maybe they'll add her eventually. I'm assuming they're all sisters. They're all blonde, too, for that matter. G36C was actually drawn by, if you guys follow Hololive, she was drawn by Chloe. Sakamoto Chloe's artist. Same girl. Or same artist. So, goated artist, as you might be able to tell. But, yeah, Andoris herself is brand new. One of the few brand new characters in the game. Same with her gun. But technically, they have a sister that was in the first game. She's not in the second game. She's not in the second game yet, though. No, we already talked about G36. I don't know what the fuck kind of name this is. Where the hell did she get sent to Resi? I'm sure there's a reason for that, but I'm still calling her G36. Fuck the game. Fuck Mika. Yeah, one of the most popular characters from the first game because she had a huge developer bias. I believe her main artist was one of the main developers on Mika Team, and so what that meant was she got like double-digit skins in the first game. They fucking loved this bitch in the first game, so no wonder she joined the second game. Keeping the tradition alive and well in the second game, I see. But it is what it is. She was from the first game. Vector was also from the first game. Her Molotov ability was taken just straight from her first game too, because in the first game her core skill, her main skill was her chucking a fucking molly at people too. They just, you know, cranked that shit up to 11 and broke off the knob for this game, because, you know, I love setting shit on fire. 417 was actually in the first game too. Shouldn't have a skin like this. God, I wish she did. But she herself was in the first game. She was also an unapologetic syscon in the first game too. She fucking loves 416 to the point where I think she's parasocial for her. Well, not I think she is. She is parasocial for her. Can you tell their sisters can you tell their sisters with how huge their fucking tits are? Technically 417's tits are even bigger. Nice. But she was from the first game. Somi's from the first game. Her swimsuit skin is also taken straight from the first game too. Very popular character in the first game as well. So, surprise, surprise. Ksenia, APS is from the first game, but she's quite different in the second game, like personality-wise. I don't think she was as much of a money grubber in the first game as she is here. Because in here, like the fact that she, like her quirk of like loving fucking money, is kind of like her entire personality in this game, I think, or something like that. It's kind of weird. But I guess it is what it is. Honestly, I prefer how she looked in the first game, because I do think her outfit here is kind of drab. I mean, she's got wide ass fucking hips and pretty fucking thick thighs, so I'm not complaining about that. But I kind of do prefer how she looked in the first game, just like fashion-wise, I guess. It helps that in the first game she actually had a wedding skin. I really liked that skin because I gave her a ring. So, oh, by the way, marriage skins in the first game were fucking, you know, you had to pay for them. This ain't no Azure Lane. So I'm hoping that they kind of give her a glow up like they did in the first game, but we'll see. Kralek's new. Obviously, she's a melee character, and the first game didn't have any melee characters. Technically they did, but they were kind of a weird subset of characters. Not going to go into that right now. But Kralek is new. Melee character, would you expect? Latar is a weird one. Technically, she was in the first game. The weird part is that she used a pistol in the first game, like a really obscure Polish pistol from like World War II or something, like the WZP something something something. I think it was a Polish handgun, something like that. But in this game, she uses a machine gun. So she ditched her handgun to use a fucking machine gun. I guess it's a good thing she did, because I think she's one of the only 2 machine gunners in the game right now. At least until Lewis shows up. But yeah, Latara is a very unique case where the character herself was definitely from the first game, but the gun she uses is not. Like I think technically the gun she uses, what the fuck is this called? The model ARM? I'm sure it's based off of a real life one, a real life machine gun, or a real life squad automatic weapon, or squad support weapon, whatever the acronym is for these kinds of machine guns. But yeah, same character, different gun. I think she's the only character in the game like that right now. Maybe there's another one later. But for right now, she's the only character in the game who's actually switched the weapon she uses. Very unique, for what it's worth. Type97, if you couldn't tell, she and Type95 are sisters, or at least they're supposed to be, I think. Younger sister, older sister, you get the gist. Nothing more to say here. They were both in the first game, naturally. Ulrid is new, because again, she's also a dedicated melee character, so. And the first game didn't have any melee characters except for a couple of weird coalition characters. Nemesis is new. Brand new 4-star they made just for this game. The Nemesis sniper rifle doesn't exist in the first game, I don't think. Unless they added it after I left, which could be possible, but I don't think they did. So she's new. Papasha PPSH, she was in the first game. She was like a 2-star. I think 2-star was the lowest rarity of character in the first game. She got an insane glow up in the second game though, so that's nice. I think they also gave her a mod 3 buff in the first game, so she already got a glow up, but she looks even better now, for what it's worth. By the way, just for quick gun trivia, she and Suomi use very similar weapons. Matter of fact, if you didn't know any better, you think they're the same gun. Suomi, I forget how it is. I think Suomi's gun, and by the way, her gun's name is literally Suomi as well. So I guess she's like most in the gaunt where technically they didn't take human names. I mean, for Suomi at least she can get away with it because Suomi at least sounds like it could be a human name. But I believe the Finnish Suomi SMG, this one, is the Finnish version of the Russian PPSH. I think that's how it goes. I don't think it's the other way around, but I could be wrong. But the weapons that they use are very similar. Some machine guns that have like super huge like drum magazines, super high rate of fire. Still on for you, didn't lag or anything. I think YouTube servers handle like intermittent internet outages a bit better, I think. Don't quote me on that though. But yeah, I know for a fact that Twitch chat cut out. It restarted by itself. Yeah, I know. That's what happens when that's what usually happens with my internet these days. God, I cannot wait. I cannot fucking wait until a month from now, to be honest. But yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why. Internet here started off being okay when I first moved here, but yeah, it's fucking dog shit. It's been dog shit, like consistently dog shit for like the last like week or two, I think. Really fucking frustrating. That's why usually Twitch reboots. Yeah, Twitch's video encoder. I don't know if the video encoder is responsible for this, but like I've always felt like what is it? I've always felt like YouTube streams, like, how do I say, infrastructure wise, YouTube has much better stream infrastructure than Twitch does. Finally started doing MSC since you don't do it. What, install rail? You should get it done. It's like 800 free jades if you can get it done, or if you can do it. Anyways, let me finish up all the rest of the characters here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, PPSH was in the first game. She was a 2-star though, but now she's a 5-star. But you can get her for free. Kofni is new. Her gun didn't exist in the first game either, I don't think. The curve something something something. The curve 308 or whatever its acronyms are. Oh yeah, the 380 kurva. I don't know if it's Polish or not. But yeah, the curva, whatever. This gun does not exist, so this is a brand new character with a brand new gun. MP5, she was in the first game. She didn't have the glasses though. I don't know where she picked that up from, but yeah, MP5 was in the first game. She also has dual pistols now. I don't know where she got these either. Actually, what handguns are those actually? Now I'm kind of curious. What? Can you pull out those? Can you pull them out real quick? Let's see. I don't know what those handguns are. I don't know if I've ever seen handguns like that. Yeah, I don't recognize those handguns. That trigger guard is really weird. I don't recognize that trigger guard at all. Huh. That's strange. Maybe people have already found out what kind of pistols she uses, but I can't recognize them at the moment. But she certainly didn't have dual pistols in the first game. Either way, though, her main weapon is her MP5, so it is what it is. Yeah, she was in the first game. Nagant was in the first game, too. She was like another fodder unit, another 2-star, but she did get a buff, so she's technically a 4-star now in the first game. Quick trivia, this is probably the single oldest weapon in the game. The revolver she uses is called the Nagant M1895. If that sounds like a year name, it's probably because it is. This gun predates World War I. This gun is probably older than all the other guns in the game. Like, this is I called the Mosin Nagant a fucking museum piece. Like, this is fucking prehistoric as far as firearms go. And another piece of quick trivia, this is also the first revolver in the world to take a suppressor, because of the way its cylinder worked, I think. So, you can suppress it if you want, and it'll be fine. But, literally the oldest gun in the game. And, you know, so of course a lolly would have it. Well, she's not really a lolly, but she was in the first game. Xiao Hui, we're almost done. Xiao Hui, I believe her SMG that she uses is called, yeah, the LSO6. This gun was in the first game, but the character is not. The LSO6, the character, like the girl who used this gun in the first game, looked very different. Basically, she was like a walking CCP advertisement. Like double bun hair, like the stereotypical double bun Chinese hairstyle. Covered from head to toe in red clothes, with like red shorts, I think, or maybe black shorts, I don't know. And then she had fat titties, so that was enough to give me for me to give her a ring, despite her being a commie. Perhaps love Cam Bloom on the battlefield. that character from GFL1 is not in this game. They replaced her with Xiaohui, I guess. I like Xiaohui. I think I would prefer the other girl though, but she's cool, I guess. Strange thing is that I think they use the same gun, so it's very unlikely that I'll ever see the first game's version of LSO6 in this game, unless. Think we'll eventually get IDW, maybe. That would be something. But I get the feeling that this game wants to take itself more seriously. IDW was basically nothing but a meme in the first game, unless of course she had like an actual story role in the first game, but I don't think so. So realistically, probably not, unless Mika team wanted to do like this like whole ass you know, April Fool's thing, which could be possible, but they haven't done one yet, so maybe eventually, but no idea. There's like a ton of other characters from the first game that they could bring, that they, you know, people would much prefer them to bring back, so. Did 416 rerun? She did have one rerun, yes. I know because I only got 416 to V1 the first time around. I got her V0 the first time around. I got her to V1 during a rerun. So, yes, I know that for a fact. She did. The game starts you off with like Nemesis, Kofni. Hopefully she reruns soon. Yeah, hopefully so, man. I would love to roll for more copies of 416, get her up to a V6 eventually, just slowly over time. God, I love my internet being fucking dog shit. Was it this thing? Proceed. No. No. Yeah, this one. Phase Clash. How do you get to this page again? How do we get to Phase Clash? Time limited events. I don't think Phase Clash is part of the event page. Artifact Recovery is something completely fucking different. This is like the roguelike mode. I still have to do this, by the way. See. Oh, they just got rid of the fucking what is it? They just got rid of the time limit on this. I just realized. Because before I think I remember seeing it at like 111 days or something. I guess they just got rid of the fucking time limit entirely. That's good. Oh, right here. I see. Thanks, Adrenaline. Do you know who John Ferguson is? I feel like I should know him. Is Jonathan Ferguson the dude on like a lot of those like, oh, firearms expert reacts to guns to firearms from so and so game? Like, is he that guy? Because I know who he is. I don't think I've watched any of his videos, but like I know who he is. I've seen his videos. I've seen their videos pop up on my recommended from time to time. He's got his own YouTube channel. He's like a curator of a firearms museum in the UK or something. I see. Makes sense. Okay, before my internet completely fucking shits out, I want to at least learn how this fucking phase clash shit works. For Kofni, I want to replace her with... I don't know. Suomi, I guess. This will greatly increase the risk of upcoming battle, Do you want to start purification? I have no idea what this means. Are you supposed to bring 5 characters all from the same element? It's element locked? Oh. So they're telling me I have to bring a water element character then, huh? Well, I guess Kofni it is then. Phase Clash is a permanent gameplay mode that periodically resets each week. Weekly reset. 3 survey regions, each aligned with a different element, will become available for exploration. Fuck you, go back. Up to $5 can be deployed on exploration during Phase Clash. We recommend using dolls with the same phase. Blah, 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 blah. Opening supply crates increases your purification of credits. Hitting the matching breakpoints allows you to claim as corresponding rewards. Phase Clash, there will always be activated relay points in your boss to help you get to them more quickly. During a Phase Clash, all allied dolls gain various buffs. During a Phase Clash, non-recommended dolls will be weakened. Okay. During Phase Clash, all enemies will be buffed. Be careful. What? So this is just like a souped up fucking version of the previous one? So how the fuck's that gonna work? Oh god, I should have brought Zhao Hui then. I guess pistols do the same thing. Yeah, looks like pistols can assassinate enemies immediately, so that's good. What does the map look like? Okay, it looks like it looks like a standard exploration map. Like, do I want to go around collecting all of these? Or can we like auto farm them like we can in the normal one? Prioritize the crates. So do I have to go? Should I loot like all the crates I can in the entire map, or can I just bum rush the fucking boss like I do in the first mode? Ended up being shitty again. Fucking lovely ISP. Honestly, I should probably cut back on my number of hours streaming, because I can't fucking stream with internet this fucking dog shit. Like, the first week of it happening, I was like, okay, sure, I guess I can deal with this, but nah, bro. This shit is actually fucking insane. Holy fuck. Thank God I won't have to fucking deal with it much longer, at least. Gold, purple have best value? Well, yeah, naturally. Head in the boss direction. There's also a mimic crate for a big value. You're gonna have to teach me what the, you're gonna have to point out to me what the mimic crate looks like, because I'm gonna have no idea. Gotta be a responsible adult, and sleep. Have a good stream. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Emperor Rats. We'll catch you next time, man. Oh boy, that's a fucking... We can't fucking snipe this dude, this bitch immediately? Alright. Will he die to environmental damage? No. Actually, no, he can. Nice. Fuck you, bitch. Switching ISPs? I'll discuss it later. Technically, I can consider. Technically, yes, but I'll discuss it later when the time's right. Oh, is that the only other enemy? Okay. So, lovely. Love it when my characters have nowhere near the range as the boss does. Fucking love it every single fucking time. Explore more? Okay. I figured I would have to, yeah. Still waiting for your ISP to finish your fiber lines. Had they been stalling it like they probably have? I mean, hopefully they finish it sooner rather than later, but if they said they've been working on it, it's been like months or even years, then shit, man. Hopefully they've been working on that shit on a regular basis, you know, and not forcing y'all to fucking wait or something. But yeah, once you get fiber, you'll definitely notice a difference. Once you go fiber, you can't go back. Well, not in most cases. I'm sure there's like decent there's actually, you know, decent fucking cable internet providers out there, but Jesus fucking Christ, man. What the fuck are with these bosses, bro? Yeah, I think next time I'm definitely bringing Xiaohui instead of Kafni. Also, where's my fourth character? Did she also already fucking die too? Cause who did I bring? Oh, VSK. Why did VSK immediately fucking die? God, this shit is gonna take so fucking long, man. Just my luck that GFL2 adds another fucking grindy ass game mode. Holy fuck, this shit is cringe. Why would you need that much internet anyway if you're not, what is it? Finally fucking took him long enough. Also, internet's also fucking dying as usual. Doll has been destroyed. Nice. Characters that have no cooldown, so you can use them and switch them out as much as you want. How do you switch them out if they're dead?